Hello everybody and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Tatum. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going into a very gentle and mindful flow today. We are going to spend most of our time on our mat. Also, this is Grumpy Boy is Atticus today. And we're really working on flowing with intent, flowing with intention, and noticing how the motions or the poses feel in our body. Today I just used two blocks and a strap. Technically it's Addie's leash, so you can really use anything for your yoga props. I did also cue for blankets and pillows to give you a little bit more support in your practice. So if you want to go ahead, grab those now. Grab anything else you like to use in your practice, and we will meet you back here. And welcome to your mat, everyone. So today we're going to get started off in Shavasana, so laying on our back. And you can make your Shavasana whatever you would like. So if you know that laying down on your back on the floor hurts your back, you can take a blanket and bring it right underneath your knees. You can take a pillow right underneath your knees. But my favorite variation for my Shavasana, because I do have lower back pain, is taking my feet out as wide as my mat and then knocking my knees together on the inside. So that will reduce a little bit of pressure on my low back. And you can take your arms up above your head. You can take them out to your side, whatever you would like. Whatever is going to feel best right now. So once you've found your Shavasana, let's begin to observe our surroundings. Maybe feel the air around us, the room around us, maybe the sun on our skin. And we're not trying to fix anything. We're just trying to observe it. So letting those little noises pass by, the little wisps of air pass by. If your eyes aren't already closed, you can softly close them, or maybe softly gaze up at the ceiling if you don't feel comfortable. And when you've taken that time to observe your surroundings, let's begin to notice the feeling of our body on the surface beneath us. So all the little points of connection we feel on our surface or on our mat or on our floor, wherever you are in your practice today. You can feel the mat beneath your feet, and the support of the floor beneath us, holding us up strong and steady. Feel it beneath your hands, your arms, your shoulder, and your head. And then begin to take that observation inward. So maybe starting at the tips of your toes, working your way all the way up to the crown of your head. And noticing any feelings, little aches, something that you need to keep an eye on in your practice today. And again, not trying to change anything, but noting it and moving on. Observing the feeling rather than fixing it, allowing yourself to be in the moment right now. And when you've completed that body scan, let's go ahead and place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. Begin to notice your breath slowly, where you feel it. As you inhale, it glides through your nose, down your throat, across the sternum, and maybe into your side body, your chest, your belly. And then on your next couple of breaths, let's allow ourselves to take full deep inhales, but I want you to try to channel your breath, let's say past and down below your belly button, allowing your diaphragm to completely expand and fill up with a full deep breath of air. So when you're ready, let's take a breath together wherever you're at. And then exhale, release completely. You can make a noise or a soft sigh. Then on your next inhale, inhale gently through your nose and fill up your belly. Feel that bottom hand expand and try to draw the breath down below your belly button. On your exhale, you can softly release with a sigh. And take a few more of those on your own. When you're ready, let's begin to take a few inhales and exhales together, just like what you've been doing, but we'll take 3 of them together. So exhale wherever you're at. Take a full deep inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. One more sip at the top. Pause, relax your jaw. Exhale throughout your mouth, completely release. 2 more just like that, making each breath a little bit bigger. When you're ready, inhaling. Another sip in, draw it down below your belly button, pause. And exhale, completely release. Last one, biggest, fullest, deepest breath, inhaling. Pause. And then exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. Let's bring our arms up above our head here. Eyes can still remain closed. You can softly gaze at the ceiling above you. Relax your shoulders down. We're going to gently walk our feet in so they're hip width distance, and you can keep your eyes closed here. So if your legs were straight out onto the floor, let's go ahead, bend our knees, soles of the feet on the mat. We're just going to gently rock our hips from side to side, waking up this low body, our hips, our low back, very gently. Only going to where you feel comfortable right now. It doesn't need to be a big twist. And if you'd like to sync your breath up with your movement, you'll take an inhale through center and then an exhale to the left or right. And moving with intention, so not just flopping your legs back and forth across the mat, but actually placing them, maybe pressing your backside body into your mat through center, and then placing them to the right or left. So pressing through your low back, getting rid of that little tiny curve underneath your spine, giving yourself a little bit of massage that way. Pressing your sacrum into the earth, your hips into the earth. Kind of just exploring with movement right now. Take 2 more rounds wherever you are. And then we'll all come back through center. So keeping our hips onto the earth here, knees are bent. I'm going to gently extend my left leg. Now you can keep yours bent if you'd like. I'm going to take my hands down by my side, and then my right hand's going to come to my right knee. We're just going to gently take some knee circles here. So if you feel like this is a little bit tough this morning, that's where your strap can come in handy. You can just wrap it around your knee here, take both hands, and allow your knee to open and close. If this is enough movement for you today, you can stay here. Or if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, we can extend our whole leg out, bend our knee, bring it up, along to the right side, then in close to our chest, and then maybe extend it across to the left, bringing it down and around, almost like we're drawing a big giant circle with our toe and allowing our knee to bend when it comes up towards our body. Re-extend it over to the left and reach down towards our mat. If you're taking this movement, you can have your hands out like a T, palms face down. And then again, just exploring with movement here. If your leg gets a little bit tired, you can bring that hand to the top of your right knee, your right hand onto the top of your right knee. Wherever you are, let's switch directions. And then again, moving with intention, not just flopping your leg around. Really moving slowly and becoming that observer again this year. Observing, I want to keep saying observation. Observe how the movement feels in your body, in your hip. Do you need to take smaller circles to cater to your needs today? Do you need to take larger circles? Wherever you are, let's bring this knee into our chest. Again, you can use your strap, wrapping it around your shin here, and then just gently pull it in. It doesn't need to be a big, deep stretch. Relax your tailbone down towards the floor and allow your shoulders to melt down. If you feel like your shoulders are lifting up off the mat here, you can always place a pillow or a blanket underneath your head, neck, and shoulders. Gently release your right foot down. So I'm going to extend this right leg. You can also keep your right knee bent. And let's bring our left knee into our chest this time. Left hand comes on top of our knee. And gently allow your knee to open and close, taking these hip circles, waking up that low body. And then again, if you want to let go of your knee, take full leg circles here, you can. Again, for balance, take your hands out like a T, palm face down. And notice the different sides of your body. Maybe the left side is a little bit more stiff than the right, or vice versa. And being gentle. And again, you can always take your strap around your shin here. Taking these knee circles, your left hand to your left knee. And then switch directions wherever you are. If you're letting that leg move freely, maybe it's getting a little bit tiresome or a little bit tough, it's okay to take a break. And then if you want to connect that breath again, inhale, your knee or leg pulls away. Exhale, you bring it in. Take a few more rounds wherever you are. Again, observing how this motion or movement makes you feel on your left side body. And then we'll all come back through center. Again, you can bend your right knee, sole of your foot on the earth. You can interlace all 10 fingers around the outside of your shin or grab your strap. Gently pull your left knee into your chest. Allow your tailbone to relax down. Relax through your facial muscles and jaw. A little tongue-tied today. And breathe. Again, eyes can still be closed or gaze can be up at the ceiling. And we'll gently release. Let's come back to those little windshield wiper legs. So hands come down by the side, palms face down, and gently rock your legs from side to side. Then gently making our way up, let's bring our knees into our chest, both knees this time. You can just have your hands on your knees or on the shins here. And we're just gonna allow ourselves to gently rock back and forth. It doesn't need to be a big movement here. Just giving our back a little bit of massage. You can even stay down on the mat, maybe rock from side to side. Maybe just allow your knees to pull away and then pull them in. Or you can take the full rock. Let's all meet back at center. Let's take our legs up towards the sky, stretch them out here. And we can begin to point and flex our toes, take some ankle circles here. Let's all come back down here. So we're gonna take our soles of the feet to our mat, and we're gonna scoot our hips over and gently, we're gonna scoot our hips over to the right and then gently drape our knees over to the left. So I'm turning on to my left side here. You can cradle your head in your arm just for a moment to lift you up. And if you want to grab 2 blocks, let's bring one over here. I'm going to place one under my head and then one just outside of my left leg. I'm going to bring my right knee to the block and extend my left leg out long behind me. So I'm in this little twist here. And if this is too much of a twist, again, you can take that pillow or blanket that you have in your practice today and kind of build a bigger foundation underneath that knee. It'll give it a little bit more support here. So we're gonna take our hands over to the left side of our mat. Palms are gonna come together here. Now we're just gonna try to extend our right fingertips past our left, and we're gonna stretch out our shoulders here. Just working it back and forth. Feeling the stretch down our shoulder blade. Pulling our arm across and as far as we can. And then back in, shoulders stacked. Again, observing how this movement makes you feel. Warming up the shoulders, getting a nice deep stretch. And then when you feel comfortable with this motion, let's take it into a little bit of a twist and open up our chest. So I'm gonna inhale, leaving my left hand on the ground, bringing my right arm up to the sky. Maybe we stop here or open it all the way up to the right side of our mat. Coming back through center and then back to our left hand. So slow with control. Inhale will bring you through center. And then an exhale will take you all the way to the right side. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. Hands touch. Again, slow with control. And we're going to really flow with this intention today. An intent, not just flopping our limbs all over the place, but Imagine placing them in space, becoming aware of that space around us. Maybe you pause for a moment with your right arm extended, feeling this deep stretch across your chest and into your shoulder and armpit. Wherever you are, take a few more rounds of breath and a few more cycles. Then we'll all come back over to the left side. Palms are touching together here. Let's gently roll back over. We'll lift up our head up off this block. Feet plant on the mat as we take our knees and our hips back through center. So again, rocking our knees from side to side, readjusting. Coming back through center, let's press our feet firmly into our mat and lift our hips over to the left side. And then again, rolling onto this left side here, cradling our head in our arm. And then we can take that block, bring it right underneath again, extend our right leg, and then again, the block will be underneath our knee or our pillow. So we're coming over to our leg now. Your right palm and right hand is staying stationary on the floor, and just those left fingertips, left arm are moving. Feeling a deep stretch down your shoulder blade, down your back, maybe even in your arm. You can pause and hold it for a moment if you'd like. And then when you're ready, you can begin to inhale, arm to the sky, and then exhale, bring it over to the left if that feels comfortable. Feeling a deep stretch across your pectoral muscle, into your shoulder, down your arm. Inhale can bring you through center, and then an exhale, palms touch on the right. Again, flowing with your breath if you'd like. If the block doesn't feel good underneath your head, you can always move it, replace it with another pillow or a blanket. Eyes can be opened or closed. Maybe you pause for a moment with your arm extended. Relax through your shoulders. If you feel like you're clenching your jaw, gently release it. Wherever you are, take a few more rounds of breath and a few more cycles. Last round. Let's gently lift our head up off of our block, pulling back onto our back here. Our soles of our feet are going to press into our mat. Let's recenter ourselves so our shoulders, hips, and feet are all in one long line. Hands come down to the floor, and then gently windshield wiper our legs from side to side. Let's take our arms up above our head now, and then our legs up to the sky. Take a deep inhale, stretch, reach your toes and fingers. Exhale, pull everything in. Knees to chest. Inhale, reach and extend, big stretch. Maybe arms lift this time up off the floor. Exhale, pull it in, crunch it in, maybe forehead comes to the knees. 2 more times. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, pull it in. Last one, biggest, deepest stretch today. Reach and extend. Exhale, pull it in. Beautiful work. And gently release. Now we're going to turn over onto our side, whichever your side is your favorite, and gently press ourselves up to a seated position. And then we're going to turn over, coming onto our hands and knees, tabletop position. Now, if tabletop position hurts you today, you can always take a blanket and place it right underneath your knees here. So our wrists are going to be right underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips, and our knees are hip width distance. That means 2 fists here. So if you're going to take 2 fists in between your knees, that'll be perfect. We'll take a few cat-cows here. So inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts, hips lift. And then exhale, pull and draw your belly button into your spine and relax your head down. Tailbone is tucking under. Try to get the spinal movement in, and it doesn't have to be a big movement. And focus less on the gaze or your head moving up and down. Oftentimes we forget the spinal movement sometimes, and we just take our head up and down without getting that full range of motion that we're capable of in our back. You can even press your palms into the earth when you come into your cat or your rounded back here. Getting a deeper stretch, broadening across those shoulder blades. And if you lost track of your breath, it's an inhale to cow and an exhale to cat. Just a few more rounds here. If you'd like to take any more organic movement, you can. So maybe creating a C shape, pressing your hips out and then gazing back at your left or right heel. You can wag your tail from side to side. You can drop your head down, shake it yes, shake it no. You can even take big circles with your body, shifting forward and back, side to side. And then we'll all come back through center here. So we're going to press back into a child's pose. But before we do that, let's take our big toes to touch, and then our knees can come out wide here. You can keep your knees together and feet reaching back behind you if you'd like, if that's more comfortable. It's your choice. And then we'll gently press our hips back towards our heels. Now, if you feel like your hips are high up in space or this doesn't feel comfortable, you can keep that blanket underneath your knees, the same one that you used in your tabletop, and then maybe grab a pillow and stick it right in between your heels and your bum here. That'll give you a little bit more support. Now we're going to make this an active child's pose, so I'm actively pressing through my palms. My elbows and arms are lifted up off the earth. And I'm pressing my hips back towards my heels. We're going to take this into a side body stretch. And if you'd like and you want more of an intense stretch, you can come back up to this tabletop position. walk your hands out, keeping your hips lifted above your knees. So if you need to draw your knees back, you can. Wherever we are, so you can either be in this puppy pose or your child's pose, we're going to gently walk our hands over to the right side of our mat. Right or left side, it's your choice. And then sinking our hips back, pressing our hands firmly into the earth, feeling a stretch down the side of our body. So if you went over to the right side with me, we're feeling a deep stretch down the opposite or the left side. So you can be lifted here. If you don't like that active pose, again, you can still stay in this child's pose, reaching over to the left. Wherever you are, I want you to imagine you're sending your breath down into your low back. So filling up your entire backside body. Maybe even feel your hips lift a little bit when you take your deep inhale. And then exhale, you press back, sinking your hips out a little deeper. If you want a deeper stretch here in your arms or side body, and you're over on the right side with me, let's take our left hand on top of our right and then sink back down to the earth. Chest is melting to the floor. And then we'll inhale, lift up, gently walk back through center, pause, reconnect. Chest is melting down towards the floor. Again, you can be here or back in that puppy pose. An inhale will lift us up, and then let's gently walk our hands over to the left side, stretching down our right side body now. Sinking our hips back towards our heels, relaxing our head down to the earth. If your head isn't quite down to the floor, you can always bring a block underneath it. And then again, you can always be in that puppy pose, knees are hip width distance, hips are lifted, extending your hands out, chest is melting towards the floor. If you're in your child's pose here, let's take our right hand on top of our left, only if you need a deeper stretch. If not, stay right where you are, honor your body, honor your practice. And then again, re-channeling your breath down into your backside body here. So I'll inhale, lift up, come back through center, press through your child's pose. And then an inhale will take us to our tabletop. And we're going to gently lower all the way down to our belly. You can stack your hands on the top of your mat. So palms are face down, hands are stacked on top of each other, and bring your forehead to the backs of your hands here. You can gently rock out your neck, rolling your forehead from side to side. Making that connection, forehead to palm. I'm just keeping mine lifted right now so I don't smash my mic. Then we'll come back through center. Let's release our hands. And we'll bring them right underneath our shoulders and then draw your hands back. So the heels of your hands are by your low ribs here. Pull your elbows in by your side and reach your legs down to the back of your mat. Forehead can still be on your mat here. We're gonna lift up into cobra pose on our next inhale. So when you're ready, inhale, we'll lift your head, neck, and chest. Weight is kind of light in your hands. You're not pressing up very hard. And we're breathing here. Gaze is down at your mat. You don't need to crank your head back. Breathe and lift. And then on your next exhale, gently release. Forehead coming to the floor. Hands remain where they are. We'll take that 2 more times when you're ready. Inhale, lift up, low cobra. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, lift up. Elbows pulling in, tops of feet pressed into the mat. Breathe. Maybe an inhale, you lift a little bit higher. And an exhale, release. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's tuck our toes and we'll inhale, lift up to our tabletop position. Go ahead, walk your knees back underneath your hips. Shift your hips from side to side. Take a cat-cow if you'd like. Then we're going to come back down onto our bellies. This time we're going to roll onto our left side. So our right leg is on top here. Let's take this right leg and extend it out long, or you can come back to that bent knee, bringing a block right underneath your right knee. Readjust yourself if you need to. We're going to take this into a quad stretch. So I'm propping myself up on my left arm. Left arm is right underneath my shoulder here. And I'm going to reach back, grabbing for this left leg. Now, if that isn't available to you today, that's fine. Grab your strap and wrap it around your heel. Just gently draw your left leg into your bum. Feeling a nice deep quad stretch. Our left knee is reaching down towards the end of our mat. Press firmly through your left arm, lifting you up to the sky. Breathe and connect. Again, eyes can be open or closed, coming back to that seat of the observer, knowing how this makes your body feel. Maybe you need to release it if it doesn't feel that great today. Or if you need to go a little bit deeper and your heel's already almost to your bum, that's okay if it's not. Maybe you begin to press your left foot into your right hand, getting a deeper stretch, activating that leg. Wherever you are, breathe. Connect with your breath. Maybe try to channel it into any points of discomfort in your body. Knowing the difference between pain and stretching. If it's painful, release, come back down. If not, try to breathe through it. Couple more rounds of breath here. And slow with control, gently release your hand or strap. Release this left leg down to the earth. Come onto your left hip, remove the block, and we're gonna switch sides. First, let's come through center, Sphinx pose, and just stretch out. We're gonna stretch out the front side body, so palms are gonna be face down, elbows right underneath our shoulders here, and we're gonna press our hands into the earth and then try to drag ourselves forward. Gaze lifts, chin comes slightly onto the horizon in this isometric stretch. So you feel a stretch all the way from your chin to your belly button. Really pressing into the earth and trying to drag yourself forward. You won't be moving. Maybe you get a little bit shaky. Breathe and don't hold your breath. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, gently release. Drop your head down, chin comes to your chest. Relax. And then roll gently onto your right side. So again, readjust on your mat if you need to. This time our left leg is coming up over the top. And you can keep this left leg extended, or you can bend, bringing your left knee onto a block again. Right arm is right underneath my right shoulder. And then we're going to gently grab this right leg or right ankle here with our left hand. And if that isn't available, grab your strap, loop it around your foot, and gently pull it in. And wherever you are, notice the different sides of your body. Maybe this side's a little bit more open than the other. Try not to droop down like me. I'm drooping down right now, but if I press into my right hand, I'm gonna lift my ribs up off the earth. Elbow and arm and shoulder on my right side are all engaged, and I'm lifting up. I'm gonna begin to draw this right knee into my bum. And then again, if you are a little bit flexy today and you feel like this isn't enough, try to press your right foot into your left hand, engaging your leg, getting more of a stretch here. Breathe and connect. Press through your right arm, lift yourself up. Eyes can be opened or closed. Gently release, slow with control, wherever you are. Then again, straighten out the top leg, remove the block, come back onto your belly here. One more Sphinx pose, not as long this time though. So work your legs down the mat. Maybe you draw them together this time. If it's too much tension on your low back, take them out long. Press your palms into the earth, elbows underneath your shoulders, and lift yourself up. Engaging the shoulders. So sometimes we like to be down here, neck is sinking into our shoulders. If we press and lift, chest is reaching forward. Begin to press and try to drag yourself forward. Again, feeling a stretch from your chin to your belly button. Breathe wherever you are. And then gently release. Again, coming back to that crocodile pose, stack your hands on top of each other at the top of your mat. Bring your forehead to the back of your hand, and you can gently rock your head from side to side, stretching out your neck. We'll come back through center. Let's take our hands right underneath our shoulders, tuck our toes, press ourselves through a tabletop position. And we're just gently gonna step ourselves up to the top of our mat. Working our way into Dasana, gently roll all the way up to standing. Take your time, one vertebrae at a time. And let's inhale our arms up to the sky. Reach and stretch. Draw your shoulder blades back and down. Pull your arms back into the sockets. Maybe shift your gaze up to the sky and turn your pinkies in. That'll help you draw your shoulders back and down. Building from the ground up, press through your feet, lift your kneecaps, pull your low belly in, and our low ribs have a tendency to stick out. So if you feel that, try to draw and pull them down in. So lace the low ribs in. Lift through the chest, chin is on the horizon. Breathe. Gently bring your arms down by your side, palms face forward. We're going to take a few shoulder circles or arm circles here, so you can take big movement or small movement if you'd like. I'm going to take big arm circles, so when you're ready, inhale, arms sweep back and up. Exhale, they come forward. Inhale, they reach back and up. Exhale, they reach forward and down. And coming back to that moving with intent, being intentional in your movement and placing your arms rather than just swinging them. And let's switch directions. So when your hands reach down towards the floor, when you're ready, inhale, they reach up. And then exhale, they'll sweep back and down. Again, trying to draw those low ribs down, low belly pulls in. Inhale, they reach forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Relax your shoulders. When you're ready, last one. We'll all come back through center. And let's just gently open your eyes if they're closed. We're just going to gently take our left ear to left shoulder and then right ear to right shoulder. Stretching out the sides of our neck equally. And we're going to take this into a very just gentle forward fold. So when you're ready, let's all come back through center. I'm going to face towards the top of my mat here. I'm going to get my blocks ready. We'll bring them right to the top of our mat. Let's take our feet out a little bit wider than hip width distance, but not quite as wide as our mat. So we're going to bend through our knees. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, hinge from your hips, lead with your heart. Send your hips towards the back of your mat. So you gently fold forward. Hands can come to the tops of our blocks here, or you can grab opposite elbows. It's your choice. Wherever you are, I want you to bend through your knees. If you can, fold forward and keep your legs straight. I want you to just try to take this bend in your knees today. Something a little bit different. It could even be a deep bend, like you're getting ready to sit into a chair. Belly is on our thighs, or working towards our thighs. And then instead of staring straight down at your blocks, stare straight back at the end of your mat. Allow your spine to lengthen, and allow your neck to lengthen. And if you feel comfortable, maybe you begin to shift your weight into the balls of your feet. Now coming back to that seat of the observer, begin to channel your breath into your spine, into your back, and into your neck. Maybe with every inhale, you lengthen. And every exhale, you release and extend, hips send a little bit higher. Feeling the spine lengthen a little bit more with every breath. Gently just drawing that weight into the balls of your feet. Feeling the stretch down the back sides of your legs, even though they're bent. You're still getting a good, nice, deep stretch in. If you feel like you can't get a full, deep breath that you would like to get, you can straighten your arms here, lift your chest a little bit, so that way you can allow your belly to expand a little bit more. Wherever you are, come back to your breath, come back to that seat of the observer if your mind begins to wander. Relax the neck, gaze back at the back of your mat. And when you're ready, take 2 more rounds of breath, and then we'll gently make our way back up to standing. When you're ready to inhale, lift yourself up. Allow your hands to dangle, press firmly through your feet, knees stay bent, and you'll slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Shoulders roll back and down, and let's lift our chest to the sky. Breathe and pause for a moment. Allow yourself to feel. And then when you're ready, let's take our feet back to hip width distance. So that 2 fists. We're going to come into just a small balance here. So we're going to lift all 5 toes up on our left foot, spread them wide, and press them into the earth. Shift your weight into your left leg. Now you might feel your hip come out, so let's pull that hip point back through center. So we want to try to keep our hip points level here, so our hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Hands can come to our hips. And we're going to come up onto the ball of our right foot here. Now you can stay here if you're working on balance, maybe coming up onto your toes and lifting up very gently. You can even come to a wall if you'd like. You can stay here, or we can begin to lift this right leg. So it doesn't need to be very high. We don't want it going past our hip, but maybe it just in line with our hip here. A lot of us like to stay here with our toe just dangling, but let's try to flex our foot back towards our face. Breathe, maybe extend our arms. Lift through your chest and bring your chin onto the horizon. Relax your shoulders back and down and find your focal point here. Balancing your weight. If you need to tap your toe down, that's fine. And let's try to root through our left foot and lift up out of our hips. Maybe spine grows a little bit taller. Our head is trying to kiss the ceiling or even the sky. Breathe and connect. If you'd like to add a little bit of movement, maybe you take a little ankle circle. Switch direction. And then we'll all inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Pull the knee in and up, hug it in if that feels okay. And then exhale, gently release. Beautiful work. All right, left side. So again, if you want to shake out your legs, you can. Rooting down through our right foot this time. Pick up all 5 toes on the right foot, spread them wide, plant them on the earth. Pull and root through that foot. So your arch is engaged, your leg and your foot are working strong, kneecap is lifted, thigh is hard. Now you might feel when you dump all your weight into your right side that your hip shoots out. Let's pull this right hip in, stack your hips underneath your shoulders. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. When you're ready, you can stay here. Hands can come to your hips, a wall, or you can have your hands out towards your side. If you're comfortable, maybe you begin to lift this foot or tap your toes, working on your balance. Or we can bend the knee. Again, trying to level out our hips here. Knee is coming to hip height. And then we're flexing our left toes back towards our face. Rooting down through our right foot. Let's lift up out of our hips. Relax your shoulders back and down and lift your chin onto the horizon. Breathe. Again, top of our head is working towards the ceiling or the sky above us. Connect with your breath if you feel like you're holding it. If you'd like to take movement, you can. Begin to roll out your ankle. If you fall out, that's okay. Come right back up. And switch directions. Getting a little coordination in today. And when you're ready and if you feel comfortable, let's inhale, arms reach up, knee pulls in and up, toes flexed, and then gently release. Gently shake out your legs here. And then we'll all come back to the top of our mat. Let's inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold again, hinging from your hips. Take a bend in your knees. Hands come to the earth and we'll slowly bend all the way down. Coming back down. We'll make our way to a seated position and we're going to come right back onto our backs here. So I'm going to flip around. And then then we'll just lower one elbow down at a time. So we're gonna come into a reclined pigeon. So we're gonna keep our left knee bent and we're gonna bring our right foot over the top, like we're sitting in a chair, crossing our legs. So if this is a deep enough hip opener for you today, that's fine. We'll go ahead and stay here. If you like a little bit more of a hip opener, you can go ahead, grab your strap, and loop it around your shin. You can stay here, or you can interlace all 10 fingers around the outside of your shin. And you gauge the intensity here, but I want you to keep this right toes flexed back towards your face, just like we just did in our balancing pose. Let's take a full deep inhale together. And then exhale, maybe begin to draw your legs into your chest. Release your tailbone down towards the earth. Shoulders are on the mat, or if you feel like they're lifting up, or your head is lifting, take a pillow or a blanket right underneath them. Connect with your breath and breathe into any tension points that you feel. Release the tension in your jaw. Give it one more good squeeze in, and we'll gently release, all coming back down. And we'll keep this left sole of our foot on the earth. We're going to take our arms out wide like a T. If you'd like, you can gently press into your left foot, shift your hips over to the right side of the mat, and then we're going to gently take our legs and bring them over to the left side. So my right sole of my foot is coming to the left edge of my mat. Now we can stay here, or if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can extend this top leg out. So we've been kind of doing this little twist position all day. You can even bring that block right back underneath your right leg. If you'd like that other quad stretch, maybe you reach back with your strap or your right hand and grab for your left leg. You can grab for the ankle, the foot, the shin, whatever you'd like. Wherever you are, let's try to bring our shoulders to the mat. So readjust if you need to. Soften through your upper body. And gazes up at the sky. Left hand could be extended, or you can take this hand on top of your right knee. Again, all these variations are just options. You don't have to reach back for your left foot. You don't have to extend the top leg. And if you are grabbing this left foot, gently release or release your strap. We're all going to gently come back through center. So arms come wide like a T. Press off the right sole of your foot as you pull everything back through center. Release your right foot. Readjust your hips if you took them over to the right, so our shoulders, hips, and feet are all in one line. Right foot plants, left foot comes up over the top here. Allow your left hip to open up. Stay here if this is a deep enough hip opener, or you can reach back, interlace all 10 fingers around your shin, your right shin. Flex your left toes back towards your face. Or if the shin isn't available and you still want that deep stretch, please use your strap. Relax through your tailbone. Sink through your shoulder blades and your shoulders. Allow your neck and head to relax down as you unclench your jaw. Let's all take a full deep inhale together. Exhale, release, maybe pull those legs a little bit closer into your chest. Bring your wandering mind back. Connect with your breath. Breathe into any tension points that you feel today. And we'll all gently release. Hands come wide like a T. If you want to press into this right foot, lift your hips over to the left edge of your mat, you can. And then gently drape your legs over to the right side of your mat. Now again, you can stay here if this is a deep enough stretch. You can extend this right leg, your left leg across to the right, or you can put a block underneath it. I'm gonna keep this side extended. It feels a little bit better. And then if you like that quad stretch we did, go ahead, reach back with your left hand, your right foot, your ankle, or your shin, or you can use your strap. It's your choice. Right hand can extend long on the floor, or you can rest it on top of your left leg. Shoulders are working down towards the mat or your blanket. Relax through your upper body. We're letting gravity do the work here in this twist. There's no need to crank anything. Relax through your facial muscles. Release tension in your eyebrow. And flow with your breath. If you have your right foot in your hand or in your strap, slow with control, gently release. We'll begin to bend our left leg, press off our left toes as we draw everything back in through center, engaging that core. Right sole of our foot plants, lift your hips back through center. Shoulders and hip points are in one line, and release the top leg. Gently windshield wipe your legs from side to side. And we're gonna make our way into a happy baby. So gently lifting our legs up, grabbing for the outsides of our feet. You can grab your shins, even your thighs. And you can stay stationary, or you can rock yourself from side to side. You can do one leg at a time if you'd like, if that feels better, maybe using your strap. Just remember to switch sides. Few more rounds of breath, so if you're taking the half happy baby, go ahead and switch. When you're ready, let's all gently release. Draw our knees into our chest. Give ourselves one more good squeeze in. And we'll gently release right back to where we started in Shavasana. So making your Shavasana comfortable for you, whatever it means to you. Arms come up above our head. You can take your feet out as wide as your mat. Knock your knees together on the inside. Roll up a blanket or put a pillow underneath your knees here to release that tension in your low back. If you'd like, you can even lay on your side, on your favorite side, or even on your belly. Wherever you are, relax and sink into your surface. Working from our toes, relax your feet as your legs gently shut off. Your hips are sinking into the surface beneath you as you feel the slow rise and fall of your belly. Our upper back, shoulders, and our arms are melting into the earth, relaxing through the upper body, Release the tension in your neck. Release your jaw and pull the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Soften through your face and release your eyebrows. Eyes are softly closing. And we're just going to let the thoughts flow in one ear and out the other. Letting gravity do the work as we slowly sink and melt down, relaxing into our surface. You can stay in Shavasana for as little or as long as you'd like. If you're ready to get up, we'll gently begin to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, maybe rock our hips or legs from side to side, even just rock our feet from side to side. When you feel comfortable, roll onto your favorite side, cradling your head in your arm. Pause for a moment. And when you're ready, begin to gently press yourself up to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Draw your shoulders back over your hips. We'll inhale, arms reach up over our head. Palms touch, exhale, hands come through heart center. Gaze down at your fingertips here, or softly close your eyes. If you'd like, you can set an intention for your day, for your week, your weekend, or gently thank yourself for getting a little bit of movement and a little bit of time, a little bit of mindfulness and intention on your mat today. Thank you all for flowing along with me today. It's always an honor. And let me know what your intention was for your day, your week, or your weekend down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for flowing with me, and I will see you next time. Namaste.